KP Video News, y'all. KP Video News, y'all. I said it's KP Video News, y'all. It's KP Video News.
That's right. It's KP's Video News, y'all. Keep on creating new jingles, so I gotta keep it pushing, and I gotta keep on coming up with some new news to go along with my jingles here. All right, we had a bad case, man, a real bad case over in Virginia, and so it started out like it was a pastor, man, a black pastor, and they arrested him, and they charged him with, pulling out a gun. But this is the results of that. So the charges dropped against the black pastor who was assaulted. Now, 5 people are charged with hate crimes, and five people are charged with hate crimes in Virginia. And the black pastor they're accused of attacking is no longer facing charges for pulling out a gun during the incident. Leon McCrae Sr. was arrested and charged with brandishing a firearm during a June incident in the town of Edinburgh in Shenandoah County. The Shenandoah County Sheriff said McCrae, a 61-year-old pastor at Lighthouse Church and Marketplace Ministries International, said that the incident started when he noticed 2 people dragging a refrigerator toward a dumpster at an apartment building he owns in Edinburgh. When he confronted them and asked them to leave, they got irate with him before leaving, and then returned with 3 more people who began to threaten him and use all type of racial slurs, McCrae stated. He stated that the group began using racial epithets and the N-word, saying, "Your black life, your black motherfucking life doesn't make a difference in this country, and it doesn't make a difference to me, and we will kill you." McCrae pulled out his weapon after the group surrounded him, and one man began headbutting him. Got to the point where this is really getting really bad, he stated. "I couldn't leave, I couldn't do anything. And with the threats, I felt to save my life, I had to draw my gun. However, when deputies arrived, they arrested McCrae and no one else. 2 supervisors in the sheriff's office have been placed on unpaid administrative leave, and administrative review had been launched into their handling of the incident." Carter met with McCrae in June to discuss the incident. Following the meeting, Carter met with Shenandoah Commonwealth's attorney, who agreed that the charge against McCrae was unwarranted and dropped it. After talking with him about the incident, it was apparent to me that the charge of brandishing was certainly not appropriate. If I were placed with similar circumstances, I would have probably done the same thing. I want the people of Shenandoah County to know I and the sheriff's office staff appreciate and care about the minority communities, especially our black community in Shenandoah County, he said. Also, I continue to support and recognize the importance of your constitutional rights, especially your Second Amendment right to protect yourself and your family. All 5 people accused in the attack were arrested Tuesday. Face a variety of charges related to the attack, including hate crime charges. Donnie Salyers, 43, Dennis Salyers, 26, were charged with felony abduction, assault, hate crime, assault by mob, and assault and battery. Farrah Salyers, 42, was charged with felony abduction, assault, hate crime, and assault by mob. Christopher Sharp, 57, was charged with felony abduction, assault, hate crime, assault by mob, and trespassing. And Amanda Salyers, so that was a whole family. That's 1, 2, 3. That was 4 family members, and then somebody else was charged with assault, hate crime, assault by mob, and trespassing. The Salyers and Sharp are being held without bond, and investigation is ongoing, the sheriff stated. And yeah, so they caught him. They got him. And now they got him locked up. They got him locked up in jail over there. And it's a real crazy situation, man. I'm telling you, these people are coming out the woodwork. They are coming out the woodwork. So we have to be real careful. And you got to be real careful out there, folks. Keep your eyes open. And in this case, this guy was just lucky. He was just lucky that he did have his firearm in his possession. Otherwise, they probably would have killed him. So this story here goes across the pond. Said amid the pandemic, a group of asylum seekers were moved to a small rural Irish town. Then they started testing positive for COVID-19. Misha was living in a hotel in a leafy suburb of Ireland's capital city under the country's controversial asylum seeker accommodation system when the letter arrived. She had been waiting months for a decision to be made on her asylum status, but the letter wasn't about that. Misha and dozens of other asylum seekers in the Dublin hotel were notified that they would be moved to a rural town over 200 miles away on the west coast of Ireland due to concerns over coronavirus spreading through the accommodation, which was also shared by paying guests. She had less than 24 hours to pack her things. She was transferred to the Skellig Star Accommodation Center in County Kerr, and she was hopeful it would be safe. But after arriving and being told to bunk with another asylum seeker she didn't know, she began to fear the worst. I was scared for my life, said Misha, who asked her real name not be used for fear it might impact her asylum claim. About 100 people in total were transferred from a handful of centers, including from one Dublin hotel where the guests from Italy had reportedly contracted the virus. Just days after they arrived, one of the residents started showing symptoms, according to the three people, and the rumor started. The Calvestein community had been given just a little time to prepare. Locals found out only a few days before that the Skellig Star, rebuilt in 2006 on the promise of drawing tourists with the swimming pool and other leisure facilities, was being converted into accommodation for asylum seekers. Despite their lack of consultation and concerns over losing business from the only major hotel in town, the people of Calvestein welcomed the group, bringing them clothes and toys. But when news began swirling that asylum seekers were getting sick and still shopping in the local stores, people in the small town began to panic. Rural Ireland would love to have these people living in the community. They'd be more than welcome, said one person, but this is not the way to do it. To plunk 100 people into a very congested hotel in the midst of a pandemic. The outbreak, which quickly spread through the hotel, infected 25 people at its peak, was declared over May 20th. But local residents and asylum seekers are continuing to push for the center to be shut down, joining together as a united front in a series of demonstrations. So they're trying to get these people put out. They're trying to get them put out, and the people that's in there, they want to get out anyway. It's almost like they got them locked up in this hotel, and the disease is running through that hotel quickly. And it's like, wow, these people were asylum seekers that went to Ireland, and now it's like, man, it's a crazy situation going on over there. So they've been people been over there demonstrating, and they're trying to get them put out. And so far the government is like, well, hey, we don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. So the lady Misha said it was an embarrassment to her. Intelligence stated she tested positive 10 days later, and her roommate tested positive and was taken away to self-isolate at another center. Misha thought that someone would move her so that the room could be disinfected. When no one came, she said she raised concerns with the worker on site, who told her there was no reason to worry. 10 days later, she ended up coming up infected. So this is a real bad situation, man. You got people that were moved from one spot to another spot. So it says, they have the family of three confirmed that confined to 12 by 13 foot room with one bathroom and no cooking or washing facilities. We should be given at least the status of permission to remain so we can have our own two our own door accommodation, cook our own meals, and keep ourselves and our families safe from this virus. And that's a bad situation, man. That's going on in Ireland right now. Terrible thing, terrible cotton picking thing. So on, this is on with the good story here. It's a good story. I'm going to try to end it with a good story. That said, it is a college coach that helps students earn over $40 million in scholarships. All right. So that's Tamika Williamson, founder of College for Free, an award-winning Atlanta-based organization committed to helping students avoid the student loan debt crisis and attend college for free, has helped students earn more than $40 million in scholarships. Williamson, who also is a 3-time best-selling author, hosts workshops that have been touched over 5,000 families across the United States for the past 6 years. Her organization has served as a resident college administration coach for organizations like the Urban League Atlanta and Atlanta Cares. Their signature coaching program allows them to privately coach families throughout the United States and abroad how to gain admittance to top-tier institutions like Johns Hopkins, Howard, UCLA, University of Pennsylvania, and more. For the past 6 years, they have garnered well over $40 million in scholarships. This year's College for Free classes of 2020 scholars overcame the challenges of COVID-19, rose to the occasion, and amassed over $9.5 million in scholarship, with the top earners being an Atlanta resident earning over $2 million alone. This was the largest scholarship earning year, commemorating College for Free successfully acquiring their registered trademark. That's right, Tamika Williamson, founder of College for Free. That's a black lady that's helping a lot of people get into some of these good colleges, man, getting scholarships to go to college. All free, paid ride.
Video news, y'all. It's KP's Video News.
KP's Video News, y'all.